the rains return.
You must live somewhere around those parts, don't you, dearie? Well, since it seems a little cold out there tonight, why don't we make some temperature adjustments here?
So Hestia gave you her gift of flame. Normally, the old miser wants nothing to do with any of us, not even her sisters. But extraordinary times do call for extraordinary measures.
Passion strikes at the unlikeliest times, spurring us past the limits that we know. Pray, welcome it as I, and go with all my blessings from the bottom of my heart.
Let us together shine this night, O moon.
You have made peace with Nemesis and more. Perhaps beneath the surface, she is not the goddess she has always seemed. If you deem her worthy, little star, that is enough.
Lately, when I'd longed to be a girl again, my friend, I think it was in part because I liked the thought that I could be with you. You know, like in a normal way.
Arachne, what we have is special. Even if I met the mortal girl you once were, I'd likely not have taken notice in the same way. Mortal shades are commonplace. You're not.
I do appreciate you saying that. Back when I gave Athena a piece of my mind, I knew I was giving something up. But it was just a fantasy, while we have something real.
Don't think too much about this now. Just snap one up and go. Precious rain.
Does anyone besides me ever happen on you in this glade? Perhaps some evening Artemis or someone may appear instead.
This clearing, rest assured, is ours alone. These woods are vast enough. Yet I see everyone who passes through, no matter how clandestine they may think they are.
So where exactly are these crossroads where you're from? I feel as though as security specialist I ought to have been fully disclosed by this point.
Well, the crossroads are in Erebus, but simply knowing that won't help with locating the place. Have Mother and Father not informed you?
No, they're probably concerned that if I ever went, I'd want to stay if you like it so much. That or they're trying to protect your secrecy. Oh well, we can see each other here. Ah, well, I think it's time I made my dramatic exit. You're not bad.
So I ought to start over again. That is what I think when I observe all that has transpired on the surface of this world. Eventually I expect I shall, though for now, I permit my offspring to continue to multiply and interact as they will.
We have our ups and downs, Jenny and Roxy and me. Little squabbles. But thanks to you, we started fighting with each other in public. And we can't have that.
If it makes you feel any better, the hex I put on them was only temporary. Quite frankly, I'm surprised it worked on them at all. Nightbloom normally only works on the dead.
This is my band. And if anybody's gonna turn Jenny and Roxy red with rage against each other, it's not going to be you! Right, gals?
Gonna handle this. Remember to be extra reckless since your gold is on the line. Been waiting for this.
Come on, then.
Still here? Clearly
That
underestimated
chaos
you.
curse of mine is finally gone.
Tell me something, and don't you dare mock me or you'll regret it. How do I get into Tartarus? Managed to make it through the fields, then hit a dead end. Kept hitting it.
Tartarus is sealed off. The only reason I'm able to get in is because not even Kronos can take away my birthright and divine authority over the place. Although, if not for Headmistress, I wouldn't have known how to use it.
No help at all. Forget I even asked. Got to be some other way inside, and if not, just have to make one, I guess. For now, enjoy the lack of competition while you can. Don't mess this up.
Well... Don't give in. Don't give in. Don't give in. Don't give in. I'm still amazed you spoke to me last time, Echo. In words of your own choosing, I mean. It was wonderful to hear from you, however briefly. Perhaps we have the makings of a cure.
The makings of a cure, of a cure, of a cure.
I'm grateful.
Grateful, grateful, grateful.
All right, Echo. We need to sort this out. It must have been ambrosia that gave you back your voice last time, so perhaps it shall work again. Is it doing anything?
Is it doing anything? Doing anything? Anything? Is it... Well, anyway, look. I haven't stayed here because I need help. Need help.
Echo, it's you. Then what do you need? I don't understand. Who would wish to wallow in a place like this?
A place like this is where I can help. I can help others who have no one to talk to turn to. Because I found I can reflect their feelings and their thoughts, and their thoughts, and their thoughts.
The way that you've reflected mine. But we have to find a way to give you back your voice. We're close to a breakthrough.
A breakthrough? A break? No, back when I could speak like this. I couldn't hear myself or others. Not like now. So please, I already have what I want. I promise you. I promise.
Echo, I see. And I understand.
I understand.
Proceed with caution, whatever is the most efficient course.
Malinui, what do you make of this new age the Fates foretold? You know you have some mortal blood in you. Perhaps it's for the best.
We did all right with the fates seemingly leaving everything to us. So if that's the way of things moving forward, I'm open to it. Though what happens to the underworld if the gods are to hold less sway?
We shall adapt, as we have always done. But unless this new age causes mortals to be relieved of their defining trait, that they all perish soon enough, then I should think what we do here shall always serve a vital purpose.
Here you are.
Your great Aunt Hestia is not exactly as she seems. In olden times, she was content merely to let her flames keep sputtering within the hearths of mortal homes. Admit to it, sister. You've changed.
You, Demeter, you've not changed at all. None of you have. It's why you're in a heap of trouble now. Or we, I ought to say. Good thing your grandkids coming to our rescue.
Come closer. My understanding is that you attended quite the musical performance in the pit of Oceanus. You have navigated all of the infernal pipework just for that.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. Such a vibrant interest there in the performing arts. You should visit more often.
I truly ought, and wrest control over the blasted place as my rightful domain. For now, I merely sponsor some of the delightful programming you enjoy each night. Brought low once more. For what? Some grains of sand. A time flow freely forth. I shall remember this.
Fiskelamius. Good find.
And after all of that, the princes of the dead and all the gods above the surface and below, they set aside their differences and lived from there on out contentedly.
Return to Shadow now. Another eventful night.
Good evening. Princess, I ought to mention, I know there are others whom you're close with, all of whom I think you've known longer than me. I, on the other hand, have no one else. Living with my sisters, I had little opportunity.
I can think of no other explanation. Many different goddesses or gods would surely be delighted if they had you in their lives, Moros. But if I'm to have you to myself for now, that's certainly all right.
I'm pleased you do not mind.
pick on someone else.
Hey, about the other night, are you alright with everything? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Babe, stop. You said you never had any regrets about me. Probably lying to yourself, but still. We had our fun, so what?
Perhaps I'm just not yet accustomed to what you consider fun. I've had a lot of other things to think about.
And you always will. But if you don't leave room for any mayhem in your life, it's gonna be a real drag, I swear.
Mayhem? We were talking about fun.
Same thing.
Excellent stuff. You must be Charon's finest customer. I reckon he enjoys the frequent visits to the underworld in his way. At least it's mostly cargo shipments now, not just confused, complaining shades of the recently deceased.
Did you accept your death with dignity when it was finally your time, Odysseus? You seem as though you would have clung to life with all your might.
Oh, I'd gotten on in years by then. Still didn't care much for the circumstances. Not that anybody does. Though I did appreciate the opportunity to meet the fearsome boatman at long last and ride into the underworld the proper way.
You've mentioned that you'd gone into the underworld and back while you still lived. Lord Charon didn't take you then?
He certainly did not. A tale for another night, perhaps.
You got there. You're more conceited than Narcissus. Saw those statues of you in the training grounds. You'll have to work a whole lot harder to look like that.
No, I had nothing to do with those. Well, I did earn them. They're the gifts of the Veil bestowed upon Knight's champion. Oh, that does sound quite conceited.
Don't sweat it. There's something, all right? Always said you'd never be bigger than me. That's what I get.
Retribution.
If you would honor me with a quick chat.
To think the gifts of the Veil were those statues. I always thought it was the Veils themselves. The draperies sewn with the finest fabric of the Fates. Where are they anyway?
Oh, those? We, sent them back into the shadows whence they came. They were just packing materials, you know? You got the real deal, I swear.
I still cannot entirely believe that Knight would honor me with such an ostentatious display. Although, perhaps these gifts are less for me and more for those who serve our cause.
Now that you mention it, the Shades do like to gawk at them when you're not here. You get to inspire them even if you're not around. That's not eternal glory. What is?
These Shades are inspired because I went out of my way to use the Oath of the Unseen purely for personal gain.
Yeah, they're easy to please. But not you, apparently. I didn't know Knight's champion was gonna have so many questions all the time. You want the statues or don't you?
I do.
Good! Because we can't send them back now that you open them up.
What?
What?
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
As daylight fades upon the surface, we begin to shine. I shall distract your enemies, while you press ever closer to the resolution that we Silver Sisters vowed would come to pass.
The world's been through worse times than this, cousin. So I am told, at least. I've not seen anything this bad. Still, it's nothing we can't handle, right?
The son who sought to answer my call turned out to lack the fortitude for the descent. Thus I never call on mortals anymore, and seldom anyone, for titans and gods can be duplicitous, I know. I ask that you do not betray my trust.
The brightness of my fair son Apollo has illuminated you in the dark, if but for a moment there, young lady. Would that all of my kin were equally as talented as he.
You've been so busy, Arachne. Not just all these dresses, but all Erebus is teeming with silken cocoons. You're certain it's all right for me to break them?
Of course, you big silly. What, do you suppose they're teeming with my countless brood? By the time you see a cocoon, anything in there is either for you or was out to get you. Now here.
Dressed all in spider silk. You wear one of those silken dresses, always with a vivid hue. I know whose handiwork they are. This one quite suits you, though it is unlikely to withstand the heat.
Just have to avoid it.
Crossed flames burn. The Titan Kronos is no father of mine, but your father sprang from him, as did my husband and Poseidon as well. So,
Now we're all tied up in this little family affair.
The first time your mother was lost to me, the Witch of the Crossroads emerged from the shadows to light my way as I searched to the ends of the earth. We found not a thing, but at least I was not alone.
This never was your father's realm.
Is this really us, Fidel?
You know something of time and dreaming, you do. Seize this whilst you have the opportunity.
What have we here? When my sisters and my foster brothers and I overthrew Kronos long ago, we were much closer to your age, Flower. Now we are older, and one should think wiser. Although our frequent bickering and inaction suggest otherwise.
We are a strong-willed family, as you know perfectly well, Lady Demeter. We must move forward in unison. Building that sort of consensus is not always quick, though we each could do our part to hasten it along.
Check it out, gals. I'm gonna level with you, lady. We can't have you bugging Mr. Kronos every night. He doesn't pay much attention to our venue here, and we want to keep it that way.
I don't think Kronos is concerned with you at all. So maybe back off. Focus on your songwriting instead of trying to asphyxiate me constantly.
Oh, she doesn't get it, gals. But don't worry. They're never gonna shut us down, not while we keep on drawing crowds like this. It's good publicity.
Echo, are you back? Are you back? Are you back? Are you back? I am, and so are you. No more ambrosia then, and all these shades nearby. You're helping them, aren't you? To work through their sorrow. Work through their sorrow, their sorrow, their sorrow. I'm glad. A lot of shades likely could use your aid. It seems like it must be a difficult job, but a rewarding one. A rewarding one, rewarding one, rewarding one.
This chamber, it once held a prisoner of mine. A mortal king who had attempted to cheat death. I forced the wretch to heave that boulder up that path forever. He forgave me anyway.
Forget him, Father. What purpose does it serve to dwell on some dead mortal now?
You misunderstand. The prisoner, he was called Sisyphus the King. His boulder there was like a friend. He asked his friend to keep me company. Until more company arrived, he said.
Well, then I'm grateful to that boulder and the king. Kronos must not have accounted for your former prisoners being fond of you.
Oh, most of them are not. Some chose to join the Titan's legions and remain here in Tartarus. Not anywhere I cast my gaze, of course.
Hello, my girl. As I have yet to attend one myself, it is my understanding that performances by Skilla and her Siren cohort oft leave much to be desired. Perhaps I ought to rescind my patronage.
I do worry they're a bit of a sunk cost. I see the same handful of devoted listeners in their audience night after night, but no real signs of growth.
Well, my girl, a small devoted audience is not at which to scoff. I myself started with but a few Satyr devotees, and look how far I have come. Even now. You cannot stop me. Merely slow me down a bit. This shall not hurt at all. The sting of my own scythe.
For my brother. Got it.
Returned now to her long-abandoned home, fearsome Malinois there finds too many curiosities. A leading cause of death for cats, and she likes cats. So exercises prudence and restraint.
Return to Shadow now. Wakey, wakey.
Once again.
The shades around here. I know they've been avoiding you, Lord Moros. Some are filled with fear, others with contempt. You ended their lives?
It never was for me to decide why a mortal's life should suddenly be cut short. But I did get to choose the how of it. Knowing the future could be monotonous work, so my sisters and I tried to keep things interesting.
You brought misery to mortals because you were bored.
I'm not proud of it. Especially not when you put it that way. And I regret I've caused dissension in your ranks.
I'll handle it.
Well, I'm saying that the possibility exists. Eternal vigilance is near impossible. Enemies have always exploited the lack thereof. I ever tell you of the old wooden horse trick?
The old wooden horse trick, yeah. Surely your reputation as the great tactician hinges on more than this one tale?
Ah, but classics ought to be retold. Though, if you'd rather, I have far more tales of trickery and valor. Take the Cave of the Cyclops.
Not Cave of the Cyclops.
Uh-oh. So you really do wake up each night back there, entirely refreshed, and with a newfound resolve to achieve your life's ambition, that sort of thing?
You make it sound so automatic. My physical recovery may be mostly second nature by now, but my motivation certainly is not. You think I never get discouraged?
I've never seen you discouraged, though maybe you just hide it well.
A gift I never knew I had. I was thinking maybe you could join me by the fishing pier again, if you don't mind.
As much as I would like that, I can't stick around much longer here tonight. Some other time, though, eh?
I don't suppose you'd join me for a little while at the fishing pier, Lord Moros. Thought we could use these twin lures.
Ah, I fear the river denizens will not approach this evening if I'm there, for they can sense me every now and then. Apologies.
Do you suppose we could take a brief break from all this and stop by the river over at the pier?
I do wish to see firsthand whether your skill at fishing has improved, yet unfortunately I have other matters that I must attend to now.
Well, we did it, kiddo. Or at least I did. This whole experience, it has given me a lot to think about.
At least you should have time to think about it now, Commander. Tell me if you have any epiphanies.
You bet. But I will probably just not have much to say. I mean, I'm beat. Not beat enough by you, of course. Can't ever get enough of that.
Thanks again, Commander. Say, would you accompany me to the riverbank a bit? Blow off some steam, or maybe I could push you in or something?
Could be going after perpetrators of unspeakable evil across the surface, but you're asking me to go after some poor fish? No.
All right.
It's such a shame about Arachne and Athena. My little birdies told me everything. But there's beauty to be found in every form, even that of a delicate little spider. Perhaps she'll come to accept it as I think you have.
When next you sail across the rift, know this. I shall do my utmost to ensure water current speeds you mightily along. Though how to do it without benefiting the opposing ships.
Greetings.
How absurd. The very idea of family, sorcerers. That we've some innate bond with those who share some of our blood. You've met my Aunt Cersei. Do you believe that we're at all alike?
Madame Cersei seems very devoted to our craft in her own right. Just not in the same way as you, Lady Medea. Are you so loath to think that you may have something in common?
Cersei was never willing to push our practice to the depths of what it can achieve. She would turn mortals into livestock. I would turn them dead. A differing approach is all, perhaps.
one step ahead of me. How many mortals do you suppose would seek me out to bless their wedding vows had Aphrodite not already worked her charms on them? It seems our strengths go hand in hand.
The city of Aethera burns, but it's not entirely my fault. Flames are like a tool, I suppose. One of those things requiring precaution on one's part. Lose something in a fire, sorry, can't help you with that.
Something here should put a real spring in your step.
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
The witch Medea learned to blot out my light, creating an eclipse whenever she required. We had a conversation after that, and all is well between us ever since. Between her curses and my hexes, you shall be feared.
Heard you were in town. Not heard you show up in a while. Glad you're back. Been gone so long, it's really been eating into my sleep schedule.
For a moment there, I thought you were genuinely pleased at my return. But you just want me to render you unconscious.
Yeah, that or stand still long enough for me to eat you up. But you don't seem interested in that, so I'll just go for the unconscious thing. I'm easy to please.
A little gift. Be on your best behavior now, gorgeous, for I present to you our most resplendent queen. No stranger to the ways of war, or to extinguishing the wretchedness that festers in the hearts of the wicked. Behold, our Lady Hera.
I think we're past the need for such pomp, Aphrodite. But then, more goddesses ought better understand the need to keep appearances, even in troubled times. Especially in troubled times.
Fine choice.
What my sister may lack for youth, she makes up for with wisdom. Is that it? Why are we fighting, Blast? You truly are one of us to get such a rise out of me.
Back to doing what we do. Nothing like trying to shoot you to pieces night after night like nothing happened, huh?
I know I shouldn't be surprised that you're about to fight me, as per usual, Eris, but I held out hope you'd start to see me in a different light. So much for that.
So much for that. And don't be so full of yourself. It's not like we bared our souls to one another. Not sure I even have one. Anyway, no deferential treatment for me here.
The part where you keep going out of your way to bar my passage to Olympus isn't what you would consider deferential treatment, then.
You know, you do make a good point there, babe. But I'm not gonna dwell on it and just start shooting you, okay?
Drink, 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 drink. Yeah! Whoa. Oh, what's that? Some sort of frog? Oh, well, sure. Since frogs and me, we go way back. The only rule is there's no swimming in the spring, or guests might get a little...
That's Phrynos. And don't worry. Not that you ever do. He won't disturb the peace, and avoids most others anyway. Thank you for permitting him here. And me, for that matter.
Oh, absolutely. It's the sort of feast where if you can get in it all, it means you're probably all right. Your frog there, too, long as he doesn't sing. He doesn't sing, does he? Let's see here.
Not seen you out here in a bit. Been busy in the underworld or relaxing in the hot springs with a bottle of ambrosia or two?
I won't confess so easily. Though I suppose you're right. It has been a while since we saw each other here. Anything new to report?
I'd report I'm pleased to see you, though that's nothing new, I guess. Your grandfather is also very good at reviving his slain followers, if that's part of your plan. It's been packed.
Itos has excellent vision, of course. Saw you since you first set foot at the base of the mountain. Slowed you down, perhaps, but still. I knew you'd be here now.
Truly. And what shall be the outcome of our confrontation this time, since you know everything? Same as the last?
If you knew, the outcome would invariably be rather different than the one that's imminent. Though I suppose I can at least give you a hint.
Moros was all giddy recently, at least for him. So you finally got a hold of his sisters, huh? You should feel lucky. They're my sisters too, and we've never even met.
I saw a bit of you in them, perhaps, Eris. If their past work is any indication, they seem to value spontaneity, making things up as they go.
So bizarre, right? I mean, why be like that when you could try and meticulously plan for every little detail in advance?
They're weavers. They do have to plan. That and spontaneity are not inherently opposed. Speaking of which, you must have heard they're planning an extended break.
Meaning we get to make things up as we go for a change.
We'll see how that turns out.
The wooden horse was an exquisite trick. Your own inevitable doom misdirected toward your unsuspecting foes. A masterstroke. But my personal favorite had to be the Polyphemus incident.
You speak of it like an old action yarn. Big bastard massacred my crew. My heart threatened to burst from my chest getting past him, and now he's up to his old antics with the goddess there.
Oh, but I have no doubt that with your guidance, the princess shall outsmart the Cyclops again and again, as recompense for the trouble that he caused you.
Hear that, goddess?
You all right? Oh, you're up. I almost missed you. Was about to fly on back to Thessaly. Hope you rested well. Sounds like you had quite an eventful night.
It was productive, yes. Though if you're on assignment, I don't wish to keep you. We'll catch up some other time. Or were you waiting here for me?
No, I mean, well, it's good to see you, yes, but I'm not late. I can make up the time during my flight, you know, air currents and the like. So, well, back to it for the both of us, then, hey?
Back to it, yes. Hey, if you're not too busy, would you care to join me for a visit to the hot springs for a bit?
You have no idea how much I want to, but I really can't right now. I told Master Odysseus I'd soon be heading out.
Oh, so majestic in their poise are the three sculptures of our Princess of the Dead that they demand the reverence of any soul in their vicinity.
Reverence, huh?
Yeah, just look at him.
The dark of night begins, as does your task. And I am here to usher you into that dark, toward inevitable victory and death.
Eris keeps on getting in your way, even though Kronos himself has stood down and Typhon's dead and such. Well, she's as stubborn as we are. I am practically impressed.
Hey, Artemis. If Nemesis and I, if we were closer, would that be all right? I mean with you, because if not, just say the word. It's probably not going anywhere anyway.
What am I, Sister Hecate? You don't need my permission. Not like Nemesis belongs to me, though I've considered trapping her. In all seriousness, good hunting with that one.
But partial to such wars as have a certain ebb and flow, when the upper hand is hard-earned and easily ceded. For now, my king, it's yours. Hold on to it.
There's a touch of moonlight about you, flower, as though Selene lights your way. Would that the moon concerned herself with more than her path across the sky.
All right then, let's give you a little boost.
Cold vengeance. I can feel it from afar. I suppose my sister Demeter has more at stake in this than anybody on this mountaintop. Our enemy shall rue having crossed her.
Let me guess. You know I can always hear you storming through town all the way from this calm, relaxing pasture, even before my sheep get spooked.
Yes, I figured the boulders raining down back there weren't landing near me by coincidence. You have excellent hearing, and rather good aim.
Aw, thanks. And you got excellent taste, I'm sure. Now hold still, so I can practice my rather good aim some more.
How is old Skilla lately, anyhow? I hadn't heard that she descended to your depths. You said she's banded with some sirens, yes? For what? To sing their songs?
Well, yes. She longs for fame above all else, and to drown things. I've had to put a stop to her performances now more than a few times. The Book of Shadows I possess states she's the victim of a witch's curse. Do you know whose?
Oh, what an interesting book that one must be. I do not curse, Poppet. My practice is about revealing the true nature of a thing. When last I checked, Skilla had made hers clear.
Ah. Too many harpies around here, though they're all just a bunch of pushovers. They know who's the top bird and treat me like a goddess.
You are a goddess, Eris. Although the harpies aren't as quick to recognize my own divinity.
Maybe they don't like you since you don't have any wings. Although in your case, it could really be a lot of things.
My stepmother, Queen Hera's favor isn't easily earned. You should know it's she who first desired your assistance here. You have more than her boon, but her faith, fragile as it is.
And I am grateful for it. But do you happen to know why? I don't know what Her Majesty the Queen could have seen in me, especially since we've never even met.
Perhaps it's that you represent a different course of action than the one we previously decided on, which came directly from my father, your Lord Uncle Zeus. None of us like to be wrong about anything, but we like victory more.
I wish to thank you for the gifts of the Veil, O Knight. To have earned the title of your champion is perhaps the greatest honor of my life.
You possess the gifts of the Veil. Then that is good. How did you come about them, and who bestowed the title?
I completed the trials you put forth, that Commander Skelemius put forth on your behalf. Unless...
Oh yes, the skeleton, of course. I knew him by a different title once. I trust that he administered my trials, as you call them, capably.
Well, I should think so, yes.
Then good, my champion.
The Titan heroes Prometheus bestowed on mortals sacred fire from Olympus. In an interesting moment I did not entirely expect. How should that fire be used against him in so many different hands?
Can't hide from me. On the hook. I caught a void skate.
You have procured something.
Him again.
Go about your business, sister. I'm on the job. More work. None remain. Ha!
The Titan Prometheus seems rather pleased of late. Why do you suppose that is?
How should I know, and why should it matter, seeing as we don't discuss him here or anywhere?
Then let's discuss you. Have you gotten what you sought? With the fates declaring that an age of mortals is to come.
I'm a mere half-god, as you may recall. I never get what I want. But when finally comes a time for change, I'll welcome it. May that next age no longer need for gods or men like me. You never saw me.
Ah, yes. You have a brother you never even knew. I had a prideful one, a scatter-minded one, and a pathetic one bearing the weight of the world on his shoulders. Which do you suppose yours is most like?
No wonder you hate my family. You hate yours. Shall we proceed to try and kill each other now? I don't have all night.
My brothers and I used to quarrel frequently. I thought I had outgrown it, become more civilized. But clearly no.
When you and I first met, you were searching for the Fates. But you discovered me among the shadows. I can navigate back to the Crossroads that way. But you can go farther?
I can, yes. I'm from the deepest reaches of the underworld, where there exists no light at all. The chasm from which all creation sprang a while back.
I suppose even if one knew the Fates resided in such a place, they might still prove difficult to find.
Difficult, though not impossible as we now know.
If I may be so bold, Goddess, you witches are reliant on your magic when it comes to fighting from afar. Ever think of taking up the bow again? I could give you some pointers.
We don't discuss the bow, Odysseus. I'm still recovering from the last time you gave me some of those pointers about it.
Ah, well, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. A single weakness in your case, perhaps.
Doesn't count. What would you say to a brief trip to the fishing pier with me? It's nice and quiet over there.
Don't really want to move right now. And those fish would probably scare way too easily for a hunter of my skill.
I was born for this.
Each night presents to us a new beginning. Isn't that so, my dear? And on this night, I shall accompany you from the very start until the bitter end.
All that you look upon, both land and sea, that's my domain, you know? As long as you don't look up toward the heavens, that's the territory of the Uncle Zeus. Though I got the better share, I think.
Something, weren't you headed to Olympus last I checked? Must have been waylaid by the Titan's thugs. Well, don't give up. Although I guess you wouldn't be there if you did.
How nice for Prometheus that he gets to keep venting his anger out on all of us like it's officially his job. How come he thinks we're all so mean to mortals anyhow? I break some hearts, it's true, but fill so many more.
I bid you shine for me again tonight.
The lion pelt now worn by Heracles. He took it from a creature dear to me. I hated him, though he was acting at the behest of the gods, who sought to see him prove his fealty. I have since learned to leave my anger far behind.
If you'll start the conversation, better fortune with the boatman there.
Gotta be kidding. Can't you see I'm busy over here? Personally, I can't see a thing. Do I complain? No. I just tend to my flock.
Your blasted sheep are some of the most high-strung animals I have ever encountered.
Sheep are fast. It's not an easy job. And it's even harder when somebody makes a ruckus in my meadow. So what choice do I got? Besides eating you.
The wretches on these ships don't have their wits, but they hit hard. I know you're good and everything, better than good. It's just, if things go bad, what happens to you then?
The first thing Headmistress taught me was how not to give in. If my strength is failing me, I use it to return to Shadow once I came. Almost a reflex at this point.
And then at the Crossroads, you're up and about by the following night, raring to go. Too bad you can't return to Shadow back to where you left off.
A challenger. Not yet accustomed to the weight of Gargaros. I used to have a much wider variety of arms at my disposal, you know. But now it seems they've been picked through.
I'm quite familiar with a couple of their current bearers, at least. The blade of the underworld is in the capable hands of Nemesis, while the rail of adamant is in the hands of Eris.
I happen to miss those, but I was using their aspects for a while, so perhaps it's all as it should be. They better be well taken care of, better than this old spear. Oh, the Shades. They love a bit of drama. Hey, easy on the king.
Come on, man. Gotta tell me why you're really here. The three don't just send you out on long assignments like this. Wait, is it because of her?
Please, Eris. The princess ought to be addressed as such. And lest you forget, the details of my arrival are not for me to divulge. There must be something else we can discuss.
Oh, I can think of lots of things. I want to know what's going on with you, too. I see the way you look up at her as she trots by. Maybe the three sent you here to set the two of you up?
You're trying to embarrass me. It isn't going to work. And besides, we both know the Fates have better uses of their weaving time than things like that.
Do they really? Thought they were all about meddling with the smallest details of everybody's lives. But you'd know better than me.
I know better than to be provoked like this.
Let's see. You run into anything bad whilst you're out there, you come talk to me about it. Chances are I've seen it, fought it, otherwise gotten past it, and can offer some advice.
Definitely.
Hi, Melly.
Icarus.
I had to stop in for additional supplies and possibly to say hello. And now I'm off.
What is that fancy staff you've got, with a serpent called at the top? How strange. It's reminiscent of a vision that I've had, about a masterwork that can do no harm.
responsibility is partly mine for all that has transpired. I attempted to create this world with a degree of care. I nurtured it, adhered to certain principles as might a mother and father, for I created them too. But this world is no longer young. It persists now by its own whim.
Poor thing, been all cooped up inside that underworld, haven't you? There's a whole great world to see out there once your business is done. Do let me know. I can suggest some wondrous spots not far from here.
Okay, thought I'd stop by, drop off a little something for you here.
Don't know what's such a big deal with the three fates going on about a distant time. You're telling me that in the span of, I don't know, 20-something mortal generations, things might change? You don't say.
Let us together shine this night, O moon.
The great night sky affords an advantageous vantage point, and I see your struggles plain. Know that the hardship you endure is but a phase. Seek pleasure in the rhythm of it all.
It's good to have your brother back, my niece. How he would scurry through your father's underworld like a rat fleeing a sinking ship. But now that ship is bound to be repaired. And it'll be a fine ship after all is said and done. Really?
If you care so much about your sheep, why keep putting them in harm's way? Not to mention eating them. Let them leave here now.
Excuse me. I didn't ask you for your shepherding advice. And besides, these sheep got nowhere else to be. And we're the dinner entertainment.
The mortals, they like giving thanks to us, but what are we supposed to do, you know? Well, I just do the same. Give thanks to Lady Esty, at least, for keeping me forge burning up. She even visits me now and again.
I like it here, my lad. In spite of all the clanging and whatnot, it's peaceful, more or less. And you're not such bad company to keep. Though, why don't we show your cousin what we can cobble up together?
I accept this contract.
Hi there. I know that gleam. You brought my calling card along. So has Olympus still been as forthcoming with boons and such now that things have cooled off a bit?
Oh, I think our relatives are quite eager to ensure things remain as is. Which seems a little strange since it's all still quite a mess. Though perhaps not to the previous extent.
Having things remain familiar for a while sounds like quite a pleasant change of pace now that you mention it. Hey, these vicious battles can be part of our routine. Oh, I'm fine. I'm just a little winded. That's all. You got me.
Look who. No fooling around, trouble. I may not be misery, but I'm the next best thing.
I thought you might show up.
Seeing as you know all about the coming age, any interesting details you can share about what's in store?
The world shall be a very different place, in ways you cannot possibly conceive. In other ways, nothing shall change at all, even regress. We shall all be forgotten and remembered and forgotten, again and again and again.
If you don't mind me asking, Princess, have you ever died before? Not in the mortal sense, it's just... You seem to have exceptional tenacity in moments most gods couldn't endure.
I cannot afford to lose my grip on consciousness out there. Headmistress taught me always to return to shadows with my final bit of strength. I learned the hard way, but I learned.
It shows. Remarkable to have met someone equally as comfortable with death as well as life. I practically see it in your eyes.
It's not a big concern.
Little star, our strength shall never reach its peak if we do not permit ourselves to rest.
Greetings. You be wary of the sorts you meet out there, all right? You find a live one gives you any trouble, you know where to hit them where it hurts.
I most certainly do. You're ready.